It had been 5 off seasons since a Flyers front office made a successful, positive addition to the roster. It was the summer of 2019, and leading up to that June's draft, the Flyers traded Radko Gudas and a few draft picks to bolster the defense with Matt Niskanen and Justin Braun, and they gave up a 5th-rounder for the exclusive negotiating rights of Kevin Hayes, who they then subsequently signed to a long-term deal, and all 3 paid off in a big way in that first season. When the league shut down for COVID in March of 2020, the Flyers were 1 point behind the Caps for the division lead. They had a division best plus 36 goal differential through 69 games and had won 9 of their last 10. Since then, the Flyers have been mostly a disaster. Following that 7-game loss in those fake 2020 playoffs, through the end of last season, they've gone 152, 179, and 53. They had picked up 357 of 768 possible points in the standings. That's a .465 points percentage with no playoff appearances, no division finishes, higher than 6th in the 8-team Metro. And sure, we had that little unsustainable first half of 2023-24 when the penalty kill was basically outscoring the power play and the team had a save percentage of .913. But this year feels a little different. The penalty kill is good, but it's not scoring at a stupid, unsustainable rate. The goaltending has been much better than expected, but the 5-on-5 save percentage is right in the middle of the league. And the off-season additions, the first in years, they've been making huge contributions. Trevor Zegras wows us at least once each night with his playmaking. Dan Vladar has an early lead in the competition for number 1 goaltender. And Christian Dvorak, he's been a steadying force down the middle in a team that badly needed centers. And at the same time, Matvei Michkov and Travis Konechny, the team's 2 best scorers, they kind of been mostly quiet for this season, while young players the team has spent the last few years developing are actually showing us that promise that the front office has been waiting for. Tyson Forster, Jamie Drysdale, Owen Tippett, Bobby Brink, Noah Cates, all off to really good starts. It's exciting because this feels sustainable, and it feels like there's still another level for this team. We're only 9 games in, and the Flyers are only 2 games over NHL 500. But it could be that after 5 years out of the playoffs and about a decade of irrelevance, the Philadelphia Flyers, well, they could be headed in the right direction. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Well, that's good. Welcome to Philadelphia, presented by our friends at Bet Parks. My name is Bill Matz. I'm your director of fun and games for the afternoon. Joining me live in the Xfinity Lounge, it is the one and only Andrew Frazier behind the glass, even though there is famously no actual glass.
What's going on, Bill? How we doing?
I am feeling good because my hockey team is looking good. We have a 4-0 start for the Sixers. The Eagles, they're just on their way to back-to-backs. It couldn't be better in the city of Philadelphia, and I'm feeling real good today, Andrew.
The Exmo is saving Philadelphia.
I really think there could be something too. Listen, we've been preaching on the Flyers show. We think there was something wrong with that Wells Fargo Center name, and it was a little cursed. Well, the 2 teams that play in that building, that's now the Xfinity Mobile Arena, they're off to pretty damn good starts. I don't know. And that gets us to today's headlines. Flyers win last night 3-2 in a shootout over those damn Pittsburgh Penguins. It's always nice when you beat the Pens, and they've been off to a pretty damn good start. They were 7-2-1. They've been scoring at a really good rate. They're getting incredible goaltending, which has been their biggest problem for the last few years. And really, they got pretty good goaltending last night. The Flyers were just able to beat them a few times, and I'm excited. And I'm going to get into a few reasons why, and has to do with the shootout. I know we have long hated the shootout in this city, but I think it's coming back around. And that gets us to the Sixers, man. 4-0. Maxey dropped 39 plus another 10 assists in the Sixers' 139-134 OT win last night. They beat Washington. Embiid, he went over 20 minutes. He played 23 minutes. He had 25, 7-5. He looks a lot better.
He does.
And Edgecombe, kind of an outsider in this one, only hit 4 field goals, but hey, they were all threes. He finishes with 14. It feels good right now, and it's a pretty good sign that Xfinity Mobile Arena could be rocking this year. We have missed it. We have missed it badly, both teams being good at the same time. The city deserves it, especially after the way the Phillies went down. I see you wearing the Phillies cap today. I look at my hat wall every morning. and I go, not yet.
I know. It was a strong choice to put it on, but, someone's got to represent,
Listen, we all have to forgive and forget at some point. We do that so well in this city. Still mad at Andy Reid. We all have to forgive and forget at some point. I'm sure I'll get there. I'm not there yet. I'm making use of my Flyers and my Eagles hats right now. Even Roger is sporting a Flyers hat today.
Looks great on him.
And finally, hey, how about those Toronto Blue Jays? They get that first one, and then they lose the next two. And I am thinking very much Sixers, Lakers in 01. Like, all right, man, moral victory. We didn't get swept.
Yeah.
But hey, they fight back last night. They tag Ohtani for 4 runs. It's all tied up, 2 games apiece. It's a best of 3 now. And this is going a lot better against a super team than I'd hoped. So I just hope Toronto can hold on and get this thing done, because FLA, man, I really just hate the Dodgers at this point.
Oh, I'm right there with you. FLA and them losing Springer, 2 games ago to the Blue Jays. That's a really, really big injury for them. But to see them bounce back, win last night, get to Ohtani. We got some baseball going on right now. We got a good World Series going on right now.
We absolutely do.
Go
and that's
Canada.
One of those, you got to be able to put it behind you. And I initially turn on baseball and I'm just like mad. And then the game is good and you're like, well, I can have this on. Like, I got the Flyers going. We can have this going too. Like,
yeah.
It's when the games are this good and there's so many stars involved, it's really, really difficult not to get a little bit wrapped up in it. And let's go. I know there's a lot of people in the chat, maybe a little older than me, who still hold a grudge from '93. I had just turned 5 when Joe Carter hit that home run, so I can't really say I have too many memories of it. The Blue Jays are just, to me, like, hey, I listen to a lot of hockey podcasts based in Canada, and all those people are real pumped because it's the only baseball team they have in town. And I'm kind of riding that wave a little bit. Like, you know what? I'm a hockey guy. I'm gonna root for Toronto in this one.
Yeah.
And again, FLA, man, just God.
Oh, of course.
I'm anti-salary cap in all sports and everything, but it's just like, really, you guys get every player.
Every player.
Like, you just get every single player.
Every Japanese player as well.
They all come over, like Ohtani, so they all come over to play for them. So they get those free agents. They get the MLB free agents who are just like,
it's unfair.
Man, it's insane.
Why do we have to be on the East Coast? Why can't we be on the West Coast?
Our games start late as hell.
Why are we burdened?
Yeah, I'm all about the Blue Jays in this one right now. And come on, best of 3. Next team to win 2 gets that Commissioner's Trophy. I'm really hoping we can see this upset come to fruition.
Same.
All right, on the other side, we're going to talk some Flyers because the shootout is starting to go the Flyers' way, and I think it's an example of Danny Briere doing a great job, and I want to talk about that. But first, got to tell you about my presenting sponsor today. Whether your favorite team wins or not, there's always another way to win on the BetParx online casino app. They've got new games like Huff and More Puff and Fireblaze Sky Queen, which is a BetParks exclusive. And it's the only app I use to play all my favorite casino games right in the palm of my hand. I'm talking blackjack, I'm talking roulette, I'm talking craps, poker, baccarat, and hot online slots like Cash Eruption, 88 Fortunes, and Cleopatra. They've got slots based on your favorite streaming shows like The Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, Peaky Blinders, and nostalgic favorites like The Goonies. And right now is the time to sign up if you haven't already, because new users get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. All you got to do is go to betparks.com and download the app right now to enjoy all the action and excitement from the casino at your fingertips. Must be 21 and in PA, Jersey, Maryland, or Michigan for BetParks. You love to play. You play to win. You bet. BetParks. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. And now I got to tell you about Xfinity, because Xfinity is the ultimate sports destination. This is the time of year where it is imperative you have Xfinity, because all of the best games and all of your favorite teams are all in one place with Xfinity. And the way you watch, it's next level. They've got the enhanced picture and sound with 4K. It's so clear, it feels like you are in the arena. And so many games going on at all times. Like last night, we got basketball, we got hockey, and the World Series is happening. You can watch it all with multi-view. You can watch up to 4 games at once with the Xfinity multi-view, all while getting real-time notifications and stats right on your TV, so you can keep up on all your parlays, keep up on all your fantasy teams, and everything in between. Next game day, show that you're a big fan and not a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K capable TV box. All right, so the Flyers last night win in a shootout. They are 2-0 in shootouts this year, and it's a great departure from what has basically been an absolute disaster for this team over the last, really, since 2005-06, out of the lockout when they introduced shootouts. For the first 18 years of the shootout, Flyers are by far the worst in the league at it. They posted a .366 winning percentage in the skills competition. They went 56-97 in games that came down to a shootout. Almost twice as many losses. It's truly insane. Their shooting percentage, 29th. Save percentage was 7 points lower than the next worst team. They were dead last in save percentage. Like, the difference between the next 3 above them is like 3. And they're 7 below 31. They're absolutely horrible at it. Only 4 times in 18 years have they even been over 500 in shootouts. And now suddenly, they're 8-3 since last season at this thing. 2-0 to start this year. And it really comes down to, I think, what Danny Briere has done to bolster the skill of this team. You have Sam Ersson, who, yes, he's had an up and down career here. He's 10-3 in his career in shootouts. He leads the league in shootout wins since he became a full-time NHLer. His save percentage is in the top 10 in shootouts. He's got a ton of skill. Dan Vladar, well, he's just so good. His games haven't come down to shootout for us yet. But you look at the skill this team has added. I mentioned a bunch of them right at the top. But a guy like Bobby Brink, and yes, that was a draft pick of a previous generation, but Danny Briere kept him around and has found a spot for him in this lineup. He puts a move on last night. Basically, triple dekes Artis Shilvos out of his pads. Basically, just proved a point. Like, I am going to keep deking until you fall on your ass. We haven't had that sort of puck handling in a while in this town. Over this little span here, like, Matvei Mishkov is now over 50%. They added Trevor Zegras, who's the all-time best. He's got like a 65% conversion rate in the shootout. He doesn't even get to go last night because he gets booted and is ineligible because there was a big scrum at the end. That was a ton of fun, too. Check out last night's postgame for our breakdown on everything that happened in what was a wild game between the Flyers and Pens. But you just look at the way this has gone with Mishkov, Zegras, Brink. TK's numbers in the shootout have gotten a lot better. They've been able to send out a bunch of guys who can actually just beat the goalie. You and the goalie, let's see if you can get the puck behind him. And they do on a pretty consistent basis. Now, to compete for a Stanley Cup, to be near the top of the league, you obviously need more than that. You need to be big and tough. You need to be able to get through 4 rounds of the playoffs, all of that. There are no shootouts in the playoffs. I'm well aware. This is my job. I know the rules. But over the last 4 years, guess Colorado Avalanche, they're in everyone's top of the power rankings, Stanley Cup contenders, second in shootout wins over the last 4 years. Stars are third. Panthers and Golden Knights are tied with a couple other teams for fifth. These are all Stanley Cup contenders, probably the best teams in the league. You have to have guys who can score on command, and you have to have a goalie who can bear down and make a tough save against another really good freaking shooter. That's what this team is doing right now, and I think it's just a small example of how the skill level of this team has been amped up under Danny Briere. I think it shows tangibly how much more skill and raw potential this team has had than pretty much at any point over the last 20 years since they introduced the shootout, when it has been an abject disaster for the Flyers. I am really, really excited about the potential of this team. They still need to grow. They still need time to develop a lot of these young guys. Like I said, for a majority of the game, Matvei Mishkov has not looked like the guy who was a phenomenal rookie. Travis Konechny, he hasn't looked like the dude who's been their leading scorer the last 3 years. But the fact that they look like a good team without their two best forwards coming through, I think that bodes well. I think it's good when you can get by without them. We talked about this with the Sixers yesterday and how so much of the plan has just been like, cross your fingers about Embiid. That's not actually a plan. That's just hoping. But then you see what they have now. You have Edgecombe. You have Maxey. Jared McCain will be back. And what you get out of Embiid is extra. And on his rest games, it's not a scheduled loss. That's what we're looking at with the Flyers right now. A team with depth, a team with depth scoring. I think they're going to get this going a lot better. And the fact that there's still a lot of way to go before we can say, oh, yeah, they're actually good, is exciting to me, Andrew, because it's been so long since we've even had hope. That year, a couple of years ago under Tortorella, it was fake and we all kind of knew it. But it was fun because winning hockey games is a whole lot better than losing every single night and not having a chance. But it's, yeah, I don't know. Most teams don't score 14 shorthanded goals in a year. Like, that's just not a thing that usually occurs. I don't know if, like, this well above average team save percentage is sustainable, and clearly it wasn't. Now, like, the number one goalie at the time isn't even with the franchise anymore. This just feels like they've come to an actual turning point. They are nowhere near Stanley Cup contenders right now, but on this trajectory, I can actually see how they can get there, and that's very exciting.
It's super exciting. To have hockey back in this city feels really good. It has been so long. 2020, it was a weird year, going into the bubble, doing all that, the expectations, the hopes that they could get through. Obviously, that falling flat. But, like, just seeing this team this year after the couple of years that we've had since 2020, you feel like the trajectory is right there. They're on point, and there's something special on the horizon. And it feels the same way with the Sixers as well.
Yeah.
It seems like both these teams have found their footing in the city, and I'm excited. I'm really excited as a fan.
It's really cool that we're not there. Like, both teams have a lot of way to go before they can prove they're not like what they were a year ago, when both were just kind of a disaster. And I even saw someone in the comments from last night's post game who's still team tank with the Flyers. I get it. That's the direction I wanted them to go in when Briere took over. They are clearly not doing that, so I can't just keep wishing upon a star. Things would be different. I'm going to choose to enjoy the way they're doing it. And right now, it doesn't look like they're incorrect. Can they find a number one defenseman? Can they unearth a number one center at some point? It's going to be difficult. But the fact that they kind of have everything built and you're just waiting to get those franchise pieces, like the way the Vegas Golden Knights did with Jack Eichel and Alex Pietrangelo. They got both of their number one pieces from outside the organization, didn't draft those guys. The way that this could go right now, for the first time, I've been hoping Danny Briere was right. I'm thinking maybe he is, and you still need those franchise-changing pieces. But if you have the core built, it's like when you build a team and you're just waiting for the quarterback. Yeah, man, it's the hardest thing in the world to find. There's like 8 of them that can actually win you a Super Bowl. Finding one is a real low percentage possibility. But if you create the environment that when you do get that chance to get one, it'll just be smooth sailing, you're going to be in a lot better spot than, oh, yeah, we drafted a guy number 1 overall. Now we still need to find a left tackle, an edge rusher. Like, it's very difficult to do it that way, too. I like the way the Flyers are going about things, even though initially I was like, yo, just tear it down. What are we doing? What are we doing re-signing Sanheim and Konechny? This is silly. And now, like, Travis Sanheim's going to go play in the Olympics. He's in NHL commercials right now. It's really, really exciting the way this is going. And I'm looking forward to the next game. Game days for 2 years doing this job have been my least favorite day of work. All right, I got to come in, do pre and post, watch the whole freaking thing, try to come up with something to talk about it for an hour. Like, I don't know, they suck. Is that an hour? No, it was 8 seconds. Like, and now I'm actually like, yeah, we're going to watch some hockey tonight and some cool things might actually happen.
Yeah.
The offense has been inconsistent. There's room to improve, but I can actually see it. It's not, yeah, man, if they get a bunch of good players, they'll be better. They have a bunch of good players. They need a few great ones still. But every single night, you might see something really cool like we did last night. Shootout win. Trevor Zegras getting in a fight at the end of the game.
Awesome.
Just everything you want out of the Flyers. They're a little undersized, but they're still tough. They stick up for each other. They have the ability to score. The defense and goaltending has been so much better than expected. I thought this defense was going to be a freaking disaster just looking at it on paper, and I was wrong. They are doing a great job defending for the most part this year. Feels like hockey's on its way back, and yeah, for my career, awesome. But first and foremost, I'm a fan. I want it to be good. Even though it's like an easy job, I'm talking about hockey. It still sucks when they suck, and they don't right now. And I think we need to celebrate that for at least one segment today.
Oh, I agree fully.
All right. On the other side, we are going to talk some birds because I think it's in my contract. We have to talk Eagles. There's a lot still to get to on the show. But first, I got to tell you about a couple of our sponsors. All right, it is time to tell you about Elkin Chevy because listen up, everybody. You know who's playing championship-level car deals every single day. It's Elkin Chevrolet right off Route 73 South in Marlton. It's a three-man team, Jason, Adam, and Josh. They're brothers in the store every single day calling the plays and delivering wins for their customers. There's never any fumbles, never any missed shots. There's no drama. Just a hometown squad with a deep bench of Chevys and prices that'll make you cheer. They call it honking good service, and trust me, it's a slam dunk. So if you're scouting for a new Chevy or a pre-owned MVP, make your next move to Elkin Chevrolet. Real brothers, real deals, and a whole lot of honking good service. Shop now at elkinchevrolet.com. Together, let's drive. And while we're here, why don't I tell you about our friends at Rothman? That's right. Because whether it's a sore knee, stiff shoulder, or nagging back pain, Rothman Orthopedics is here to help you get back to the life you love. Their team of specialists treats all kinds of orthopedic issues, from everyday strains to long-term joint pain, with care that's efficient, effective, and close to home. Don't let pain keep you sidelined. Schedule an appointment today at rothmanortho.com/PHLY. Rothman Orthopedics, your mobility, our mission. All right, I want to get to this social studies segment here because just seeing some stats about Jalen Hurts over the last couple of days where people are starting to compile. You know, we got some time so you can dig a little deeper into his numbers. This one is just absolutely insane. This Instagram post I found over the last 2 weeks, and it's just simple math. 7 touchdowns, 9 incompletions. That's pretty effing good. Like, to almost be even on touchdowns and incompletions. That is a pretty damn good number.
Pretty good.
He is the first quarterback in NFL history. 15 passing touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns, and 1 or fewer interceptions in the first half of the season, in the team's first 8 games. This offense has an answer, like I said the other day. And given the time and effort, the coaches will figure it out. It seems now they're getting on the right page, and we're just seeing it pay dividends. But for all of the weapons Jalen has, the offense really begins and ends with him. All the weapons, if Jalen isn't on, nothing else matters. And he's been on. He's reminding us all a little bit he's elite. And I know the passing numbers will never be Pat Mahomes. They'll never be Peyton Manning.
Don't
as
have
much
to be.
He can call Peyton Manning on the phone all he wants. It's never going to be that. But the dude is a winner, and you just see it bear out in how they win every single game, basically. But like you just see, 7 touchdowns, 9 incompletions over 2 weeks. I don't know, man. I don't care what the yardage total is. That means you won. That means you didn't turn the ball over. That means you scored a bunch. It means you won the game. Jalen Hurts just reminding everyone, like, I'm elite. Don't you worry. Yeah, sometimes this thing looks a little funky, but end of the day, very few teams ever beat the Eagles, and it's him. It comes down to him, and he did it without AJ this past week. Whole bunch of touchdowns. Not one of them was to AJ Brown. That's some real good quarterbacking, and sometimes I need the reminder too. Like, I absolutely love Jalen, but you just see him like a couple series in a row, and you're like, Tanner McKee warming up. And then you just have to remember, like, that's asinine. This dude never loses. He was just the Super Bowl MVP. Maybe the best games of his career he's ever played. There have been trophies on the line. Like, he's phenomenal. And you just start to see as these numbers trickle out, like, oh, yeah, I was doing some research. No one's ever done this before. Like, really? That's pretty dope. 15-5 and 1 interception through 8 games. I would take that. He's on pace for 40 total touchdowns. That's a lot. Like,
it's kind of like MVP level a little bit almost.
It really is. And you get into, all right, will he have the stats of a Josh Allen? Like, it's just not that sort of offense. And hopefully it doesn't have to be. Like, if Saquon is what he was last week, well, it doesn't need to be that sort of offense. But it all comes down to Jalen. If he's not going, they're not going. And you saw it. Okay, we got one run. We got one run out of Saquon. Suddenly there's a little bit of room. And we're just going to complete every pass. We're going to absolutely dominate the Giants. Like, it takes that little, but sometimes I need the reminder too. He's elite, even if it's not the elite we've grown used to.
Yeah. And he's receptive to trying new things. Like, obviously, there's been in the past, the under center. He was doing that in the last 2 weeks. Look how he's performing. He's open to it because he's a winner, and winners know what they need to do in order to make the team successful. And that is Jalen's kind of bread and butter, is a competitor first and the team first and finding ways to win with this team first. And, if you can get more under center plays going on, if you can get Saquon to run more, the bye came at the perfect time. They're going to get healthy. They're going to get people back. They're going to get Nakobe Dean. They're going to get, this. You're going to start to see this nucleus start to get stronger. And, I know they have the Packers coming out of the bye, but, the Packers are kind of wavering a little bit. They haven't been the greatest team that we all thought that they were going to be.
They've looked like garbage this season.
Yeah, they really have. And I'm not too afraid of that. And I think it's going to be a great test for them coming out of that bye to see exactly where this talent of this team is. Because I know there's been chatter of, oh, well, you did it against the Giants. You did it against the Giants. And, of course, that all is true. But to see this team get a little bit healthier in that bye, come out, hopefully dominate the Packers, I'm going to feel really good about this team.
I just want to know who these great NFL teams are that they haven't beaten. Like, man, they're going to get tested. The Packers, the Lions, all that coming up. The Bears have been better than expected. But, like, so they haven't beat the Colts. Like, because that's the only team with a better record.
Yeah.
So, like, do we think Daniel Jones's Colts are an elite team, or are they just, like...
They must be. They're doing
or
something.
are they just taking the league by storm, and it's a shock to everyone, Like, that stuff always... I'm like, it's the NFL. Everyone's mediocre. Like, that's the whole thing of the league. A team goes worst to first and first to worst every single year. Like, it happens. So, and then here's the Eagles just plugging away. And I think your point about them being, like, Jalen specifically, being coachable and being open and being versatile. Like, a few years ago, it was like, well, what's the key? Oh, man, Jalen in shotgun. They empty out the backfield. He's unstoppable. He's got the QB draw, and he's got, like, an 80% completion percentage. Mm-hmm. And then it's... all right, now we need under center, some play action. Should we be running more RPOs? Like, are we utilizing the middle of the field? It changes year to year as defenses adjust, but this offense is an equation. There's an answer. And it took, 6-8 weeks for the new offensive coordinator to figure it out.
Yeah.
But it seems as if he's on his way to doing that, and that can only mean good things. Plus, you have an elite quarterback. That doesn't hurt either.
Love it.
All right, just one quick thing here. There's a Quinnipiac poll on the NFL that says fans want the Super Bowl moved to the Sunday before President's Day. Duh. Everybody wants that.
Makes sense.
It should be a holiday.
Makes total sense.
Super Bowl is our biggest national holiday.
Yeah. Everybody wants that Monday off. Come on.
They also included fans want more games. And I would just really like to know how this was worded. Because, we're all resigned to the fact that there's going to be 18 games. 17 is dumb. There's an odd number of games. That makes sense. That's stupid.
Yeah.
I want teams to be able to be 500 again. There was just something so perfect about 8-8, the way it looked.
Of course.
Just the two perfectly round. That's mediocrity right there. You see it. 9-9, not the same feeling, but at least it makes sense. You can actually be 500. And if you look around, I realize we all enjoy our football Sundays. Has anyone actually sat down and watched an NFL game in the last 3-4 years? It is not a good product. There are some exciting teams, and the Eagles are typically one of them. There aren't 10 great quarterbacks, and now we're going to, if we add more games, that means more backups are going to play because there's going to be more injuries and more meaningless games. Yeah, 18 makes sense, and that'll push the schedule to President's Day, and I get it. That's good. But you can't actually sit down and watch the NFL and be like, more of this, because it's not good. Just the game itself, typically not all that interesting. Red Zone, awesome, because they only show you the interesting parts.
Oh, of course.
But there's just a lot of slop out there. Nobody practices anymore, so it's like September is a wash. That's the preseason now.
Yeah.
We're going to take away another preseason game.
Here's 4 weeks of just dreck.
Season starts on October 2nd. That's when the season actually begins. I just can't imagine being like, oh yes, more games. I get it. It's going that way. I'm resigned to it. I do want the Super Bowl to be the Sunday before President's Day. But to actually sit down and watch these games, dog, I don't know, maybe more games between fewer teams. Maybe half the league gets eliminated in week 9, and then we go from
That'd
there.
Be fun.
You only have half the schedule.
Yeah.
And then Browns, you're just going home. We're done with you.
You're done.
You're done. Dolphins, sorry. You're out. Jets, I don't even know why you showed up. And then we go from there. But 16 games every week. That's for 18 weeks. That's too many. The
Way
league
too
is
many.
already struggling to fill the quality it needs. But hey, it's the NFL. They'll go to 20 games and everyone will watch it and love it.
Of course.
It doesn't matter.
Well, it's easy for
I'll be playing quarterback. No one will care.
Yeah. Well, it's easy for the demand to come from the fan who doesn't play the game.
Yeah.
But the people who are actually going through the wear and tear of the sport, maybe we should listen to them and how they feel a little bit. But no, we're fans. We want it, so we got to get it.
One thing I'll say that's hard for me about the season extending, and then we'll wrap, to Valentine's Day, and this ties into yesterday's conversation about decorating for Christmas. In 2017, Ava and I didn't take our Christmas decorations down until the Eagles season ended. And so they won the Super Bowl.
Oh.
So now that's our tradition. And now the season goes to Valentine's Day, which is just kind of ridiculous when you still have a big Santa in your front yard in the middle of February. So now it's another week. My neighbors think I'm lazy, and I'm just this is purposeful. It's not because I'm lazy. I put all this up.
Yeah.
This is good luck for the Birds. They've been to 3 Super Bowls since we've been doing this. I don't know, man. Seems like pretty good numbers to me. But all right, that's all. That's it. I wanted to tell you that.
You should make a sign that says, please forgive me. This is not because I'm lazy. This is because the Eagles win when we do this.
And I'm a little lazy. All right. And that's all the time we have for you on Philadelphia Today, presented by Bet Parks. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for hanging out. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and hit the like button as well. We're doing well on likes today. I could use a lot more. I don't eat if I don't get likes. My wife's like, did you get 100 likes today? Then I'm not making dinner. You need to be better. You just need to be better at your job. So make sure you hit that like button. Follow me at Philadelphia PHLY on Twitter, and follow the podcast wherever you get those. Just search Philadelphia. All right. Thank you to Andrew Frazier. I am Bill Matz. Till tomorrow, be excellent to each other.
We all silly like the mayor.